YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into this video real quick. The New York Knicks, we got 28 games left. We're 36-18. Number 3 in the Eastern Conference standings, 8 games out of number 1. Can we catch the Cleveland Cavaliers? I don't know. Like I said, it's 28 games left for the New York Knicks. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because the Knicks have a problem beating the top teams. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that for a hot second. We're going to talk about Actually, I'm going to give you a prediction. My prediction of where the Knicks going to finish this season. So, let's just get into it. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hit me in the comments. Tell me I think the Knicks going to beat Cleveland this week, beat the Celtics this week. Which are the top teams that the Knicks going to beat? Which one of these teams? The Knicks got to prevail out of one of these teams to be considered a contending team. If the Knicks go out this week, finish this week with a loss to the Cavs and Boston Celtics, what would we say? What would we say? I know a lot of people got their mindset that this team is going to be a totally different team once Mitchell Robinson get back. We already seen what we did with Anunoby, but plus Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson back, a lot of expectations, y'all. A lot of expectations, and my expectation for this team with them 2 players back is right there. I'm gonna talk about how the Knicks can get better. Also, when these guys return, there's gonna be some call-ups, and y'all see it on the rundown. We're gonna talk about it, but let's just continue to talk about the top teams that the Knicks need to beat. So far, we're looking good, you know what I'm saying? 117 points a game, highest in team history. 119 points offensive rating, second in NBA. 49% field goal shooting, third in the NBA. 27.6 assists, 10th in the NBA. And then I complained about that, and I have nothing else to complain about. 96.2 games per by the starter, the most in NBA history. Brunson and Town, all-stars, starters. Y'all seen it. Like I said, I'm not going to really talk about that all-star game, but that was a very disappointing all-star game. The format. Before the game started, I was a little excited, but after watching it and then seeing how players, got their minutes, and then in my mind, it's not fair because you think about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, how they would go out there and score 35, 45 points. In this format, guys can never get to that point because it's a 40 game, 40 plus games. It's like the park, you know what I'm saying? You score 40 first and, you win. So it's a little unfair for the guys that's competing now. But let's get past that. We see what the Knicks is doing. We're 0-5 against the top teams. As we stand against the others, 36-13, the Knicks are going to have to step it up coming out of the break. Like I said, we have 2 top teams that you consider our nemesis in a way, and in a way of the New York Knicks reaching the NBA Finals. That is Cleveland and Boston. But if you look up at the screen, you see where we lost to. We lost to Boston, Cleveland, OKC twice, and Boston. We beat the mother West Coast teams. Lakers came in and surprised us a little bit. But I don't think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. Make it to the NBA Finals. But if they do, that will be a great game, especially if the New York Knicks wasn't make it. Got Luka, you got LeBron James running over there. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns and my man Jalen Brunson, 2 considered the best duo in the NBA right now. That would be a very interesting matchup. But like I said, we got to beat the top teams. You know what I'm saying? We got to come out this week. We got to beat Boston. We got to beat Cleveland. If we were to lose to Cleveland, y'all already know that the chatter going to be that the Knicks are pretenders and not contenders. We already lost to Boston twice. So I'm stuttering because would I be happy if we came out, lost to Cleveland, and then beat the Celtics? It was be sending a mixed signal to the NBA world and a lot of fodder for, us content creators. But what happens if the Knicks come out and beat both of them teams? Oh, God. Imagine the New York Knicks come out, they start that game over Chicago, then we go up to Cleveland, then we meet the Celtics, then we beat both of these teams. What happened? What will the experts be saying? Come on, y'all know y'all would say the Knicks have arrived, but you got to remember, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I want to be in a position. I like the standings, the spot we are in the standings, but I concentrate on the playoffs. I don't really care if we lose to Cleveland. I don't care if we lose to Boston. As long as we get in the playoffs, teams make the adjustments and we come out victorious in the playoffs. That's all I care about. I'm gonna be real with you. Yes, I like where we at in the standings. It's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? Your team is one of the top teams. But people put too much stock into losing in the regular season than the playoffs. And in my opinion, it would give the Knicks a kind of a mental advantage because if you got to go into the playoffs and this team knowing that they dominated you throughout the season, they probably take you lightly. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking you will be able to beat them, and that's when you lay the hammer. You lay the hammer down. Boom. This is who we really are. Y'all don't think that can happen because it already happened to us once. Matter of fact, twice. It happened to us with Atlanta Hawks the first year, and then the second year with Indiana Pacers. We beat the Hawks 3 times. We beat the Pacers 3 times. We dominated them throughout the regular season, and then we got in the playoffs. It was a whole different story. So, am I worried that we didn't beat these top teams? I'm not really that worried. You know what I'm saying? Would I have liked to see victories? Yes, I would. You know what I'm saying? For bragging rights, just to say that, yeah, the Knicks is there. But until we get in the playoffs and they knock us out, that's my real concern. I'm going to be honest with you. That's my real concern going to be. Yes, Tibbs can fix some things up, but my real concern would be the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put the regular season behind me. You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm going to give you my predictions. Here we have the Knicks schedule. Remaining games, February, you got 5 games in February, then you got March, and then you got 8 games left, and April. I'm not gonna break every victory win down, but like I said, I have the Knicks going. My prediction: the Knicks finish the season 56-26. Now, I do have a scenario that if the Knicks was to win 4 games, I could put like this: it's a 4-game ratio going either way, win losses. That's why I'm saying I actually think the Knicks could come out as 28 games. They can probably win 24 games. They could probably lose 4 out of the 28. And this is why I have them going. If they win the 4, that's 60-22. And if my possible losing, the worst case scenario, the Knicks finish the season at 52-30. Some of my prediction, but my prediction is that the Knicks will finish the season 56-26. But for y'all Knicks hopeful, I don't think they can go no higher. If they was to break the 60 mark, not break it, but I think the Knicks can go 60-62, a dream wish. But I think if all things go bad, we will finish the season no lower than 52-30. That's just my prediction. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be right there. Honestly, the Knicks might just finish the season 59, but my prediction is 56-26. All right, y'all, let's move it right along. Robinson and Anunoby. I have a little article I want to read with Mitchell Robinson coming up here. What's that? Mitchell Robinson return fixes the Knicks' biggest problem. Let's go ahead real quick. It's well known that the New York Knicks have struggled on defense this season. Through 54 games, they hold an excellent 36-18 record, but are tied for the 18th in defense rating at 113 points per game. Teams without top defenses rarely win championships, especially without an extraordinary amount of offensive talent. Tom Thibodeau group is an incredible offensive, but they don't quite fit the descriptions. So the New York Knicks likely have to make significant improvements on that end to be more a true. Wait, kind of small. I'm over in my screen to be that end to be a true title contender. And they're running out of time. Like I said, 28 games left before the playoffs. Luckily, they're getting back a player, actually 2 players, who should be a major solution to their problem. Mitchell Robinson return, fixes the defense. Mitchell Robinson has been out since suffering. It's actually big on this screen, so I'm going to look over here. Suffering from a foot injury in the 2024 playoffs. He's still recovering from surgery that kept him out for nearly a year now, but Robinson return seemed intimate with the 7-footer finally practicing and taking contact. He should be able to take the floor soon after the break. Although there's no guarantee the longest tenure Nick will return healthy, as he's one of the most injury-prone players in the league. His presence alleviates so much pressure on the team. All right, do y'all think that when Mitchell come back, the defenses and everything, this automatically going to be fixed? I know Mitchell Robinson's going to have to work his way into playing shape, getting into rhythm. He's still going to be playing with a couple of new guys. A lot of people think he's going to start, but I think he's going to come off the bench and somehow work his way into the starting position. We're going to see, you know what I'm saying? Robinson solved defensive flaws. It's no secret that the Knicks have a flawed roster. Offensively, they're built close to perfectly, but they leave a lot to be desired defensively. Structurally, it's simply too easy to score on them when two of their 5 core players are poor defenders. I said it in my last video, which is Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, has been mercilessly attacked by opposing stars all season, yielding disastrous results. The main reason for the Knicks can't beat these teams. Narratives have been their inability to deal with those mismatches. Before the break, Jason Tatum terrorized Towns in a switch en route to a Celtics blowout, bringing the Knicks record against the league's top 3 teams to 0-5. All right, what y'all think? Y'all think Mitchell Robinson and Anunoby, once he get back, we know what Anunoby been doing, and he was giving us points as well. We're not expecting that many points from Mitchell Robinson, although there has been video clips of Mitchell Robinson dribbling, and there's always video clips. But will they make a difference? Should he start? A lot of people saying that would put Towns in his natural position. Well, not natural, but the position he's been playing since he basically got in the league, and that he's been real comfortable at. But if you look at that, you see what Tatum did to him in that spot, and that's Tatum's position. Let's just face it, Karl-Anthony Towns is not that great of a defensive player, but with Mitchell Robinson coming back, that should alleviate a lot of pressure off him, as the article said. But will it make a difference? There's 28 games left. Will it make a difference? And I'm going to tell you how the Knicks, with these 2 guys coming back, but how the Knicks can really make a difference with this team and get on track and be the team that a lot of people expect us to be. I'm going to run down the little stats for the season with Mitchell Robinson, but let's just get right to the points. But scored OG and Anunoby points as well. But you see, the call-up, Warren&Brown, I think this is where the Knicks went wrong throughout the season. I know y'all been hearing me a strong advocate for Hooker Porty. He's on the bench. He should be playing more minutes. I just want the players to be prepared for when we get to the playoffs. If any mishaps happen, which mean injuries, that we can have a guy that's comfortable stepping in the role, fulfilling somebody's shoes. But it ain't going to be like that because Tom Thibodeau have his favorites. He's stubborn. Maybe he don't like the confidence in player. But these are 2 guys, and I know y'all seen other videos talking about these 2 guys. These are 2 guys that should have been, in my opinion, all along on the bench. Now, Hooker Porty is a good player. He got potential. He's still raw. And he could have been learning so much more in the G League, where you have guys like Warren and Brown that couldn't be contributing right off the bench. It would have made our bench much better. We get to their averages real quick. This is what they average in their NBA career. But if you go to the G League, they're really doing their thing down in the G League. Let me get to their averages in the G League real quick. Warren is averaging 25 points and 6 rebounds. Actually scored a Westchester game record high, 47 points in overtime. You got Brown, who's averaging 16 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 of them coming off the offensive end. He's shooting 60% on the floor from the field in 38 minutes. And you know Tibbs like to play his players. So you're going to tell me this kid is averaging 16 points, that he wouldn't be able to put up at least 8 to 9, 10 points playing for the bench when everybody's complaining about our bench? I had some video that I was going to show, but I got a strike in my last video. So right now I'm going to back up on videos. Well, not even a strike, but a copyright claim. Didn't really affect my channel. But if you think about these guys, they come in. I think Brown should have been playing. He could have been playing right alongside Precious Achiuwa. And that's another thing I've been thinking about when Mitchell Robinson and Anunoby return. What's the rotation going to be? We know Tibbs like to stick to an 8-man rotation. I think he might change to a 9-man rotation. I don't know. Will he, Josh Hart, Precious Achiuwa, and then you got Miles McBride. So where did I leave Shamet? Payne? Like, these guys been working hard all year. So when Mitchell Robinson come back, where do they leave these guys? We know how Tibbs like to keep his rotation. I just think that I'm not one of them guys. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not one of them guys. If I was a coach on an NBA team, I'm not going to stick to, I'm going to have my starters, and I'm going to have my first guys off the bench, but I'm not going to have a rotation where, okay, I'm only playing 7 guys per night. Nah, I'm going to be real. If I'm a coach, I'm going to be playing probably 10-man rotation, and if that second bench out of my reserve, if one of them guys ain't stepping up doing what I want, I'll just put in the other guy who's a third stringer, and I'll see what I can get from him at that night. Like I said in my last video, it's all about the moments. You never know when a guy's going to have that night. You know what I'm saying? And if a guy's a third stringer, you give him minutes, giving him time to get confident, be prepared on the court, he's going to try to play his way into the rotation somehow onto the second string, because he knows he's not going to make it a starter. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But if we lose a starter, make a trade, or he goes somewhere else, another coach might see that type of potential in him. Well, like, okay, we could put you on the starters. But you have to start giving these guys minutes, giving these confidence. And if we want to go far in the playoffs, I think the Knicks got to play at least a 9 to 10-man rotation. And if things go wrong, then you got to start searching. You can't put the same guy back in 5 minutes later thinking something's going to change. Especially if you see he's having a bad game and it's already all going into the third quarter. You got to start making changes. You got to start thinking outside of the box. Especially if you want to win a championship. Tell me what y'all think. Hit me in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscription. And as y'all all know how I ended, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.